stage, advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
I'd now like to invite Mr Shane Frost, an Awabakal community representative, to welcome us to country.
Heli Yantin, Awabakal, Shane Mwamba Languni, Awabakanara Kolba. This is a language of my people, the Awabakal, and what I've just said to you is hello everyone, I'm Shane. I'm a man from the place of the flat, or Awaba, and you know it as Lake Macquarie. And I also said I belong to those people from Awaba, the place of the flat. I was born in this country of my ancestors, and I lived and grew up at a place called Budabar, which is on the edge of the lake, and in our language that's what it means. It's a hill on the edge of the lake. And I want to pay my respects and acknowledge here today before everyone my father and my ancestors, because my father passed on to me different things that were passed on to him from generation to generation about my people and our customs and our culture, and that's why I pay my respects to him today. My people have lived here for thousands of years in this area, and they hunted and gathered all the things that they needed for their everyday life from this area. They lived on the shores of Awaba and hunted and gathered there, and up to the mountains called Wadigan, which is Crow, and out to Womble, which is the sea, the coastline, right up to Mullumbimba, the place of the fern. And it's called Newcastle now. And everything they needed was found here to sustain their life, and they had everything that they wanted as far as their shelter, their food, their tools and weapons, and they looked after their environment and it looked after them. They appreciated their area and respected it, and in turn it gave them the life that they needed. And I'm here today as a traditional owner to represent my people, and I'm here to do the welcome for you, the welcome to country. I'd just like to say that this land is also looking after the people that have come here to make this their home, and people who come and visit here too. It looks after them also. And I would just hope that you would respect it and appreciate it just as my people have for thousands of years. So, as a traditional owner, I do welcome you here today to the land of the Awabakal. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, Deputy Chancellor, fellow council members, staff of the university, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. The graduation ceremony is a wonderful occasion for all members of the university community and of course for the family and friends of the graduates. While we can't offer family and friends an award as well, we do recognise the enormous contribution that you've made in supporting your loved ones through the highs and lows of their time as a student. And to all of you, we offer a very special welcome to the university. To all the graduates, I offer my heartfelt congratulations and very best wishes. Today is rightly a proud moment for you as we recognise the completion of your degree. As Chancellor, I'm delighted that this year marks 40 years since the University of Newcastle was first recognised as an autonomous tertiary institution. And since 1965, a wealth of tradition and history has been built upon academic excellence, innovative research and, most importantly, a strong sense of community and shared commitment. Now, whether you're here today to receive your first undergraduate degree or a postgraduate coursework degree or a research higher degree, you'll have developed skills, knowledge and the ability to think logically and laterally, qualities that are highly valued by the employers worldwide and will stand you in good stead for the process of lifelong learning. In the area of research performance, this university is ranked among the top 10 Australian universities. It has an annual research income in the vicinity of $40 million and an annual research expenditure of $60 million, and this is an exceptional achievement. The rate of change in our society is such that whatever qualification you've completed, you'll need to be engaged in lifelong learning to remain successful and competitive in the workforce. And I'm confident that skills you've acquired during your study at this university will stimulate your hunger for more knowledge and understanding. And this in turn will equip you to make valuable contributions to the local, the national and even international community. And so I take this opportunity to remind those receiving their testamus today that as graduates of the university, you automatically become members of the graduate body, the convocation, and you'll join an active and dynamic alumni network. The university's alumni network consists of almost 100,000 students and graduates and staff and friends of the university who remain connected through a mutually beneficial partnership. For the alumni, there is the attraction of career and social networking, alumni benefits and opportunities for input into the university's future. For the university, there is the great satisfaction of seeing graduates travel all over the world achieving great things and knowing that their time at the University of Newcastle developed the skills and knowledge that helped them get where they are today. I strongly encourage you to become actively involved in the alumni network and wish you well in your future careers. But right now I want you all to join with me in witnessing the celebration of graduation 40 years from where we began. I now call upon Professor John Marley, Pro Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Health, to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Biomedical Science, Honours Class 2, Division 1, Chantel Wilcox. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Nursing, Cassandra Adams. Cara Brown. Jeanette Brown. Jodie Brown. Linda Burton. Elizabeth Denshire. Diane Dobson. Guan Yung Dong. Katie Duncan. Katie Evans. Bronwyn Foster. Belinda Gentle. Sung Yoon Han. Patrice Haslam. Lyndall Hattam. Adam Houston. Jin Lee. Lauren Carney. Julia Kakevsky. Ji-Suk Kim. Edwina Knight. Patricia Knight. Lei Shung Lam. Karen Lampett. Declan Lee Smith. Erin Ma. Sarah Main. Kylie Marsh. Rebecca Morris. Albert Morrison. Helen Morrissey. Deborah Nixon. Ocean Suk. Hannah Phillips. Margaret Pocket. Helen Powell. Paul Rake. Karen Rowe. Abigail Saunders. Karen Snook. Vicky Thorogood. Jodie Tickle. Belinda Weston. Anne Williams. Luke Wiseman. Sylvia Jung. Yimwei Shan. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Nutrition and Dietetics, Amy Roche. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Occupational Health and Safety, Simon Dagg. Lauren Evans. Nicholas Henley. Aaron Lim Young Kerr. Christopher Martin. Daniel Thompson. Chancellor, I present you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Occupational Health and Safety with Merit, Louise Peters. Chancellor, I present you a candidate who satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Certificate in Occupational Health and Safety, Richard Smith. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Diploma in Midwifery, Janet Allen. Helena Analak. Murray Bailey. Jennifer Ball. Caroline Coppins. Kerry Dayton. Simone Druitt. Brooke Foley. Michelle Gallard. Cheryl Graham. Cherylee Harry. Yoki Ying Jackson. Gak Su Lee. Katrina Lindsley. Jane Martin. Angie Milton. Kerim Moles. Deborah Sorensen. Suzanne Toombs. Chancellor, I present to you candidates who satisfied the requirements for the award of Graduate Diploma in Occupational Health and Safety, Roy Banks. Caroline Berg. Annette Donaldson. Sarah Martin. Ishmeli Tuivaga. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Applied Management Nursing, Nicole Bennett. Paul Diamond. Wangmi Leifiza. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Health Science, Drug and Alcohol Studies, Kerry Mawson. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Medical Science, Clinical Epidemiology, Graylee Aldridge. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Midwifery Studies, Velda Fullerton. Sarah Hall. Amy McMahon. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Nursing Advanced Practice, Kate Dundas. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Occupational Health and Safety, Finley Kearney. Lisa Justice. Annette Roberts. Samuela Tikatambua. Frank Ziegler. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Quality Improvement in Healthcare, Marianne Beattie. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Sports Nutrition, Peter Foster. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Health.
I now call upon Associate Professor Tim Roberts, Acting Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Science and Information Technology, to present graduates from that faculty.
Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Applied Information Technology. Ling Ling Bai. Wesley Daniels. Kanthan Jagannathan. Jordan Kay. Brian Tabukanon. Wu Sui Hung. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Communication, Erica Darby. Emma Doyle. Carissa Fraser. Summerlee Hannah. Jessie Hardy. Andrew Hobson. Samuel Irwin. Parita Patel. Louise Saxton. Catherine Topolidis. Kieran Wicks. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Design Visual Communication, Owen Doyle. Daniel Foster. Andrea Howard. Brett Peaver. And Katie Todd. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Design, Visual Communication with Honours Class 2, Division 1, Ian Dowling. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Design, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Science, Stacey Crook. Sorry, Stacey. Jennifer Hammond. Steve Newman. Melissa Walker. Timothy Wilkinson. Renee Wood. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Science Honours Class 1, Catherine Carpeel. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Herbal Therapies, Judith Robinson. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Human Nutrition, Nicole Dobell, and Amy Diesel. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Illustration, Natural History, Honours, Class 2, Division 1, Nina Bramble. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Information Science, Nathan Allen. Stephen Allen. Kim Au. Christopher Baldwin. Timothy Bater. Samantha Booker. Rodney Campbell. Grant Collins. Kelly Dodd. Rowan Elsey. Ben Heath. Andrew Kemp. Peter Kyam. Croc Henry Lucero. Ryan O'Sullivan. Kirsty Perryman. Hugh Roberts. Adrian Samota. Clinton Smith. Sean Taylor. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Mathematics, Nathan Brown. Bianca Sharman-Smith. Leon Nielsen. Ian Robinson. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Mathematics and Bachelor of Computer Science. The graduate has studied for these awards simultaneously: Troy Baxter, Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Mathematics Honours, Class 2, Division 1, Christopher Oldmeadow. Rebecca Smith. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Psychology Honours, Class 2, Division 1, Raymond Inkpen. Asher Morrison. Taryn Stubbs. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Science, Timothy Askew. Daniel Blackham. Tarek Busala. Sandy Butler. Suzanne Carlton. Benjamin Carlisle. Timothy Cooper. Sarah Darwin. Suzanne Downing. Rylan Fernandez. Bradley Finney. Melaine Hughes. Emma Jackson. Karen Lodo. Cassie McKinnon. Louise McAuliffe. Terence Stafford. Stephen Stojanovsky. Robert Woods. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Science, Aviation, Grant Merrifield. Chancellor, the award of a university medal is a rare honour made only when there is a candidate of sufficient merit. To be considered for this award, a graduate must have a consistent record of exceptional academic achievement at all levels of a bachelor's degree program and qualify for a bachelor's degree with first-class honours. I present to you a graduate of the degrees of Bachelor of Science Biotechnology Honours Class 1 and University Medal, Zhao Yang. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Bachelor of Science, Food Technology, Heather Riley. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Bachelor of Science, Photonics, Thomas Rasmanis. Catherine Wagner. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements of the award of the Graduate Certificate in the Practice of Tertiary Teaching. This graduate is one of the first to complete this program at the University of Newcastle, Rod Bennison. Chancellor, I present to you a candidate who has satisfied the requirements of the award of the Graduate Diploma in Information Technology, Kevin Finucci. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Advanced Information Technology, Leonaga Pereira. Wang Gang. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Applied Psychology, Craig Moore. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Aviation Management, Daniel Chen. Stephen Morell. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Environmental and Business Management, Deborah Andrews. Caroline Bechet. Trevor Cameron. Olga Xiao Hua Chang. Christopher Kearns. Matthew Lewis. Trent Williams. Chancellor, I present to you graduates of the degree of Master of Information Technology, Ivan de Souza. Grant Giat. governed yet. Todd Hunt. Ying Li. Muhammad Amin Rahim. John Taylor. Ying Hao Yu. Li Zhang. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Information Technology and Master of Business Administration. The graduate has studied for these awards simultaneously. Wen Biao Hu. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Multimedia, Grant Morgan. Chancellor, I present to you a graduate of the degree of Master of Scientific Studies, Mabor Kuch. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Science and Information Technology.
I now call upon Professor Bill Hogarth, Acting Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, to present Research Higher Degree graduates.
A Research Higher Degree is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study which is primarily research. The thesis, embodying the outcomes of the research, is the principal basis of the examination. The degree is only awarded if the thesis makes a significant and original contribution to knowledge and understanding in that field of study. Today, the University is proud to honour graduates who have satisfied the rigorous criteria for the award of a Research Master's or a Doctorate of Philosophy degree. Chancellor, I present to you Jennifer Bryant for the degree of Master of Nursing. Ms. Bryant's thesis is entitled A Qualitative Descriptive Study of the Experiences of Emergency Nurses Caring for Persons who are Deliberately Self-Poisoned. Chancellor, Jennifer Bryant. Chancellor, I present to you Holly De Vere for the degree of Master of Psychology Clinical. Ms. De Vere's thesis is entitled Classification of Facial Emotion Expressions, a Comparison of Accuracy in Schizophrenia, Healthy Controls and Healthy Controls Viewing Degraded Images. Chancellor, Holly De Vere. Chancellor, I present to you Catherine McGill for the degree of Master of Psychology Clinical. Ms. McGill's thesis is entitled Auditory Sensory Memory in the Young, the Aged and Individuals with Memory Impairment, Mismatched Negativity and Neuropsychological Assessment. Chancellor, Catherine McGill. Chancellor, I present to you Sarah Swanson for the degree of Master of Psychology Clinical. Ms. Swanson's thesis is entitled The Effect of the Level of Interest in Religion and Religious Orientations on Mental Wellbeing and Emotional Intelligence. Chancellor, Sarah Swanson. Chancellor, I present to you Tracy Turnbull for the degree of Master of Psychology Clinical. Ms Turnbull's thesis is entitled The Psychological Effects of Exposure to Patient-Initiated Aggressive Incidents in Mental Health Settings. Chancellor, Tracy Turnbull. Chancellor, I present to you Janet Rothafel for the degree of Master of Science. Ms Rothafel's thesis is entitled The Effectiveness of Using Aerospace Themes to Motivate Students in the Science Classroom. Chancellor, Janet Rothafel. Chancellor, I present to you Sally Birch for the degree of Master of Design. Ms Birch's thesis is entitled Wildlife Illustration as a Method of Transformative Education within the Dora Creek Catchment. Chancellor, Sally Birch. Chancellor, I present to you Martin Kelly for the degree of Master of Science. Mr Kelly's thesis is entitled Characterisation of ultrasonically initiated emulsion and microemulsion polymerisation reactions. Chancellor, Martin Kelly. Chancellor, I will now present to you graduates of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Each student has studied for the equivalent of 3.5 years or more of effective full-time study. The thesis, which is the outcome of this work, is examined by 3 examiners, usually external to the university. At least one, and usually more, examiners will be an international scholar recognised for their expertise in the field of study represented by these theses. Chancellor, I present to you Goff Au, Bachelor of Medical Science with honours from the University of Newcastle for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr Au's thesis is entitled Control of Cancer Progression by Virotherapy. Chancellor, Dr Au. Chancellor, I present to you Thomas Brody, Bachelor of Science Medicine with honours, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery and Doctor of Medicine from the University of New South Wales for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr Brody's thesis is entitled Clinico-Pathologic Features of Heliobacter pylori Eradication Failure and its Retreatment. Chancellor, Dr Brody. Chancellor, I present to you Jane Hodgetts Adams, Bachelor of Arts Psychology with honours from the University of Newcastle for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr Hodgetts Adams' thesis is entitled Adolescent Smoking, an examination of the measures used to assess prevalence and developed interventions. Chancellor, Dr Hodgetts Adams. Chancellor, I present to you Jodie Simpson, Bachelor of Science with honours from the University of Newcastle for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr Simpson's thesis is entitled Inflammatory Mechanisms in Non-Eosinophilic Asthma. Chancellor, Dr Simpson. Chancellor, I present to you Neva Bull, Bachelor of Science with honours from the University of Newcastle, Diploma of Medical Ultrasonography Vascular from the Australasian Society for Ultrasound in Medicine for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr Bull's thesis is entitled Random Dot Letter Reading as a Measure of Post-Cardiac Surgery Brain Injury. Chancellor, Dr Bull. Chancellor, I present to you Melissa Gao, Bachelor of Arts from Sichuan Normal University, Master of Arts from Macquarie University for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Gow's thesis is entitled Participatory Communication, Research and HIV/AIDS Control, a Study Among Gay Men and MSN in Shangdao, China. Chancellor, Dr. Gao. Chancellor, I present to you Kelly Asquith, Bachelor of Science, Biotechnology with honours from the University of Newcastle for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Asquith's thesis is entitled Molecular Basis of Sperm Oocyte Interaction in the Mouse. Chancellor, Dr. Asquith. Chancellor, I present to you Rosa Baliato, Bachelor of Science Biotechnology with honours from the University of Newcastle for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Baliato's thesis is entitled The Regulation of Gene Expression by Vitamin A using mouse permatogenes. Chancellor, Dr. Baliato. Chancellor, I present to you Geoffrey de Julius, Bachelor of Science with honours from the University of Newcastle for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. de Julius' thesis is entitled The Development of Metal Complexes as Synthetic Nucleases. Chancellor, Dr. Julius. Chancellor, I present to you Nicholas Flanagan, Bachelor of Environmental Science, Bachelor of Science with honours from the University of Newcastle for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Flanagan's thesis is entitled The Effects of Runneling on Salt Marsh in Port Stephens, New South Wales, Australia. Chancellor, Dr. Flanagan. Chancellor, I present to you Kim Nolan, Bachelor of Science with honours from the University of Newcastle for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Nolan's thesis is entitled Changes in Gene Expression Associated with the Induction of Somatic Embryogenesis in the Model Legume, Medicago trunculata. Chancellor, Dr. Nolan. Chancellor, I present to you Trent Penman, Bachelor of Science with honours from the University of New South Wales for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Penman's thesis is entitled Applied Conservation Biology of a Threatened Forest-Dependent Frog, Helioporus australicus. Chancellor, Dr. Penman. Chancellor, I present to you Paul Cutting, Bachelor of Science with honours and Master of Science from the Australian National University for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Cutting's thesis is entitled Classifying von Neumann's Factors Arising from Actions on Affen Buildings. Chancellor, Dr. Cutting. Chancellor, I present to you Peter Howley, Bachelor of Mathematics with honours from the University of Newcastle for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Howley's thesis is entitled Analysing and Reporting Clinical Indicator Data Using Hierarchical Models. Chancellor, Dr. Howley. Chancellor, I present to you Zahid Mustafa, Bachelor of Science Mathematics from the University of Multan and Master of Mathematics from the University of Alibati for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Mustafa's thesis is entitled A New Structure of Generalised Metric Spaces with Applications to Fixed Point Theory. Chancellor, Dr. Mustafa. Chancellor, I present to you Trent Yean, Bachelor of Mathematics with honours from the University of Newcastle for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Yean's thesis is entitled Topographical Higher Ranked Graphs their groupoid and operator algebras. Chancellor, Dr. Yin. Chancellor, that concludes the presentations of Research High Degree graduates.
We'll now have a musical interlude presented by Melinda McNichol on flute.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me very great pleasure to introduce Dr. John O'Brien to deliver the occasional address. Dr. O'Brien graduated in veterinary science at the University of Sydney in 1963. He spent several years teaching and undertaking research at the Universities of Sydney and Melbourne before becoming a director of several animal health and agricultural chemical companies. Since 1988, Dr. O'Brien has been the owner and managing director of the largest Australian-owned pharmaceutical manufacturer and distributor of veterinary products, Durox. Based in the Hunter Valley, Durox is a very successful, innovative company which returns a very significant fraction of its gross sales into research and development. And it's fully committed to the veterinary industry through its involvement with national veterinary bodies and support of major veterinary and animal health conferences. Dr. O'Brien was chairman of the Hunter Valley Grammar School from 1991 to 1995 and was chair and chief executive officer of the fashion company Palmer Corporation Limited. He is currently the chair of the Hunter Area Consultative Committee, a committee that was established by the federal government to assist the distribution of federal funds under the Regional Partnership Scheme, and is also chair of the Hunter Pirates basketball team. We're delighted to be able to welcome Dr. John O'Brien to today's ceremony.
Thank you for the introduction, Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, graduating students, family, friends and teachers of the graduating students, it's a pleasure to talk to you today. Graduating students, this is a significant milestone in your life. I know when I graduated, I felt it was good to be over all that stuff, exams, etc., and thought I'd gone over the hill. But it was only the beginning of a life of learning. You've now attained some tools to really start to learn, and that will be a lifelong journey for you. A little history. In the late 1950s, I was one of many lucky young people to attain a Commonwealth Scholarship and a living allowance, which made it possible for me to attend the University of Sydney to study veterinary science. In those days, which some of you would find interesting today, you only needed 5 Bs in the leaving certificate to get into the university. You could enrol in any subject you liked, and the university was experimenting at that time with the idea of a common science first year, which was for all the science-related disciplines. There was no quota, but there were over 600 students in first year medicine, but there were only 200 places in second year medicine. So it did rather make a very competitive environment in the university. There are 3 memories of my university days that I would like to share with you. The first related to my Chem 1 course. I had not done either chemistry or physics at school, and so this was a new era for me. There were approximately, if my memory serves me, 1,500 to 2,000 students all trying to do a common Chemistry 1. We were assigned to different lecture halls, and we were, I think there were 4 at least simultaneous classes running. I noticed the people in my class tended to drift out to an old professor's class. You always got to his class early because there were no seats, and if you weren't there right on time, there was no seats on the stairs either. He was a terrific lecturer. One day, about midway through my course, he was teaching organic chemistry when he asked the assembled students what the most precious chemical in the world was. There were several attempts, but much to my surprise, he walked to the corner of the lecture theatre, picked up a bucket of water and stuck it on the bench in front of the students. He pointed out that this was a very precious material, and if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here. At the time, there was little community understanding of the vital role of water and how it played an important role in all our lives. But it left a deep impression on me that this was very important stuff, and in many ways, as the years have gone on, I've seen it become front of mind to many people in our community as this precious commodity starts to run out. The second piece of enduring wisdom which I learnt at university was when I entered what I'd call the real vet science. In other words, I went into second year vet. We entered our first practical session in veterinary anatomy with a rather gruff old professor. He was probably, in reflecting, he was probably 45 or 50. But this gruff old Professor Dickie Webb was in charge. Professor Webb seemed to be positively ancient and rather frightening. He introduced lectures. In the introductory lectures we were over, we moved into the dissection hall to be confronted with 6 or 8 dead horses standing up looking at us. They had been euthanized and they had been formalised, so the room, OH&S now wouldn't allow us to do this, but we were in this dissection theatre with a lot of formaldehyde, and it was a rather dry subject as we proceeded to try and dissect these animals and go down to every vessel, muscle and bone in their body. But Dickie maintained that it would teach us a very valuable lesson in life. He stressed that good vets and scientists should learn to observe the world around us. And I think it was a great wisdom that certainly has stood me in good stead. The third experience was when I attended an open forum where the speakers were a professor of philosophy, a professor of psychology, and a neurophysiologist by the name of Sir John Eccles. Now, Eccles had recently at that stage received the Nobel Prize for his work in neurophysiology that he'd been carrying out in Europe and at the ANU in Canberra, and he was something of a star. The subject was human consciousness and thought processes. There was a very lively and stimulating debate that left me rather humbled and my brain rather tired as I tried to comprehend the arguments. But nevertheless, I came away from that symposia with an understanding of how great some people's intellects were, and it really humbled me. My life has been very interesting and fulfilling. I reflected and believed that from graduation to today it has been one of continual learning. I love to learn. When I graduated, the more adventurous students boarded a ship and spent 6 to 7 weeks going back to Europe, or going to Europe to continue a postgraduate education or to work in some of those areas. Today the world has become such a small place, with an aeroplane meaning that in less than a day most of us can go to any part of the world. So we are in a very small global community. We've also seen the rapid change in the workforce, which in my day at graduation in the early 60s, late 50s, early 60s, was largely agrarian and manual labour, to where we are today, which the growth industries are knowledge-based and which should give everyone here as graduates great hope for the future, where people's intellect can be used to drive massive businesses and drive great personal fortunes. And an obvious example of this is the poor guys from Google who are rapidly chasing a guy called Mr. Gates to be the most richest people in the world, all at ages somewhat under 40. Where does Australia fit? And where do young graduates fit in a more complex, smaller, faster world? You may hear from many people in the media and privately saying that China is becoming the factory of the world, and this is in part true. But I'll now quickly tell you where I am today and where the company is that we have put together. And I think Australian young graduates have a wonderful future ahead of you. I elected after a few years of postgraduate work in the University of Sydney and the University of Melbourne to, as some of my dear academic colleagues told me, sell my soul to the devil. And I left the university to join a pharmaceutical company. A series of events occurred from there, which included running a large public company, which was alluded to by the Vice-Chancellor, in agrochem for a few years, before seizing an opportunity in a start-up chemical company that had got its wings wet and had failed producing surfactants. And we ran that we took over that company, ran it for a few years, and then sold it to a company called Bayer from Germany, to where we are today with a family-owned company owning Durox Animal Health. I've always had an ambition to own a farm, and when we sold our property to Bayer, we're in a position to do that, and I have reasonably substantial farming interest now, and I love agriculture, so that's been part of my fulfilment in life. 13 years ago, we had an opportunity to buy this little veterinary company called Durox, who I'd never heard of. It was making sales of only about $500,000 a year. It had been around for some years. In that 13 years, we've built the sales to something well over $20 million. We hope it will be around $24 million this year. We have 90 full-time staff equivalent here in the Hunter, and we have a sales force throughout Australia and in New Zealand. And we're now starting to push into the rest of the world. The company spends about 12 cents in every dollar of sales it gets on R&D, so we've got about $2 to $2.5 million that we spend on research each year. And we have a wonderful research team that is built up. It's a mixture of graduates from around the world, and a number of recent graduates from this university are working with us. About 20% of our workforce is actually employed in the R&D. Our leading product is an anaesthetic, so if you're all going to sleep, I can understand why. But this one's only used for dogs and cats, and some other species like fish and reptiles and large zoo animals. And it's called an induction anaesthetic. It's not an unknown molecule. We didn't find it. It was found. It's a derivative of progesterone, so it's a neurosteroid, and it was known to exist in the late 50s, early 60s, but they couldn't get it into solution. So there were several attempts to do that, and they got it into solution, and then they killed a few people, so they took it off the market, they being Glaxo in the United Kingdom. We started looking at this drug and came up with some new technologies to make it soluble in a product called a sugar-type product, which is cyclodextrin. You may be interested to know that we actually synthesise this drug in a 5-step process in our facilities at Rutherford, outside of Maitland. And then we take it through to finished product in our state-of-the-art manufacturing plant. Just early this week, we shipped off tantamount to $6 million worth of research in the form of about 18 large boxes to the regulators in Europe to get this product on the market through the EU and onto the market in Europe, and we would hope to get that onto the market in America in about another, because America doesn't have a level playing field when it comes to most things, so we'll take about another year and a half to get through their system. That drug alone has the opportunity for us to triple the size of the company, and if we keep spending money on research at the same rate, we'll be spending about $10 million. It is currently our largest selling product, but we do make a lot of other products there. We work closely with this university in some areas in the medical school, some in the areas of biological science. And we think it's a great university, by the way, to work with. It is in the top 10, as I think the Vice-Chancellor said. I think with some changes that might occur over time in the future, I would hope to see it move up to be in the top 4 or 5, particularly in the biological and the medical research. but that's just a wish of mine. Just to give you some idea of some of the things, we're not all just in practical, how can we sell something? We are playing around with some biotechnology where we're trying to deliver peptides to animals and potentially to man through changing cells, putting them in capsules, putting them under the skin, and they release. The one we're looking at the moment is porcine somatotrophin. But if we can get the model to work, and by the way, none of the big pharmaceutical companies have managed to get this to work, and this concept's been around for about 20 years, we think it would be a major winner, because anybody who understands biotechnology realises to get the peptides, which are so important to our body, into the body as a medicine is a real challenge. It's okay if you can lie a person in a hospital bed and give them a drip, but it's a bit hard to do with your moggy or your pet dog. However, not all graduating students will be inspired to be an entrepreneur. It has a number of disadvantages being an entrepreneur. One is sleepless nights, when you wonder whether it'll all work, whether the bank will take your house, or will there be more difficulty in managing a large group of people. Many of us are happy to make their contribution in a different way and still lead a happy life. In conclusion, I've got written words of wisdom. I'm not sure that they are, but they are my attempt at it. One, I think a good thing to do as a young graduate is to set yourself some goals which you wish to achieve over the next 5 years. By doing this, it will give you a reference point to judge opportunities that will cross your career path on your way along. You may not achieve the goal that you set for yourself, and you may wish to adjust that goal as time goes on. But if you keep working towards a point, you'll find it's easier to keep life in perspective and make some decisions. The second one comes back to Dickie Webb: observe the world around you and as it affects you and as it affects others, and try and strive to make a better place for yourself and others who may not be as fortunate as you are. The third one, as a graduate, you have a set of skills which you should develop and refine. If possible, take an interest in the organisation of your community, in other words, your society, and try and contribute to that. It will be very self-satisfying and it will be good for the community. As graduates, you should be in a position to lead a full and happy life, and you should always remember that some of the less fortunate around you, and it is not a bad thing to help some of them. Remember, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I've found, and I'm sure you can find, that if you try and have some fun while you're going down your career path, it'll greatly assist you and it'll make life very fulfilling, whether it is being an academic, whether it's being in industry, or simply being a person in a family. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. O'Brien, for your story and the inspiration that it brings to us all. I now have great pleasure in inviting Zhao Yang, Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology Honours Class 1 and University Medalist, to speak on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Council, staff of the University, families and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, graduates. I cannot tell you how much pleasure and pride I feel to give this speech, just as I cannot tell how much I suffered writing this up. Yes, we are celebrating. We are celebrating a great achievement. We should treasure today and all our life. We have shown the world and ourselves that we can concentrate, work hard, and attain a very difficult goal we all set for ourselves years ago. My memory went back 4 years ago when I arrived in Newcastle from China. On my very first day, I was totally lost in the dark after a lecture. I asked a guy for help, and he said something I would never forget. Go down that road and keep asking. It was night, it was dark, and I've got no one to ask. Believe it or not, the panic and stress at that moment are still alive to me. And I'm sure more or less, we have all had the same feeling when we tried so hard to fit ourselves into student life and settle in this academic environment. Where's the library? How can I do this problem? Getting spilled sample in the lab, not on me, but computer crashes before reports are due. I always feel the entire education experience is like struggling on that dark road. It is very true that throughout the journey, we have been busy as bees with assignments and exams and reports. But aside from these trials and tribulations of life, we have had a good time. It's been a time walking in this beautiful bush-like campus, sharing food with the robbery birds. It's been a time spent with friends in the forum, lunch at the union, and Friday afternoon in the pub. It's been a time to meet new mates on Autonomy Day, international festivals, and information days. There are good views all the way along the road, fortunately. So what do we harvest at the end of this trip? I feel lucky what we have learned. It's not just chemical formulas, lab skills, how to communicate and work in a group, or what to write in the exams. We have learned to accept that the world is not black and white. We have gained the courage to change things we cannot accept. And we became more clear about what is important in our life and career. At the end of this trip, many of us will get their heads off the books and experience the real world. Now we're facing new challenges, but we do have the advantage of years of support, nurturing, and leadership to prepare us for today and the future. I would like to speak for all graduates when I extend my thanks to the university for providing us with a free, open, honest, and pleasant environment in which mind speaks to mind, heart speaks to heart in the pursuit of knowledge. Thanks to the university IT, library, and general staff who served as our instructors, mentors, and friends whenever we turned for help. Many, many thanks to the professors, lecturers, and tutors, the interesting and boring lectures, the guidance and illustrations, the jokes and the ahas certainly made up a great and indispensable part of the experience on the road. I would like to thank all the parents, families, and friends, especially to mine, who is somewhere in the audience. Thank you for the help and encouragement, for the financial and spiritual support, for the morning calls and late night coffees, for the hugs and kisses. I thank you all and know that a part of today's achievement belongs to you. Life would never be the same without any of you. Thanks. At the end, congratulations to all the graduates and very best for the future. We are going to make a difference in the world. The question is where and how. Thanks to all.
Thank you very much, Xiao. I think you're such a delightful and outstanding young woman, and you fill our hearts with hope for the future, and I'm sure everyone feels exactly the same. And now I declare the ceremony concluded. I hope you enjoyed today's ceremony, and thank you for joining the university community in the celebration of the conferring of degrees. The University Union invites you to make your way to the McClarty Room in the Shortland Union, where refreshments will be served. So thank you very much for joining us on this day.